Okay, my friends, we are moving right into another customer pick with Susan B. Anthony, and this is an entire 16-coin mint set for $179.90. Oh, I love when you pull out this piece of paper.
Yeah,
I know this piece of paper.
I'll get to that in just a second. That's the individual retails.
The
on
value,
this.
exactly.
So in 1979, we decided to, for the very first time, put a woman on an American circulating coinage, and we picked Susan B. Anthony. Great idea.
Yeah.
Bad execution. Happened to be the same size as a quarter. People freaked out, couldn't understand it. So by 1981,
I remember.
Yeah, that's right. So by 1981, they stopped it. So then we go from 79, 80, and 81. Now there's some interesting numismatic stuff I'll talk about here in just a second.
Cool.
So then they came out, and in 1999, they decided, well, we'll make it one more year.
Why?
I don't know, 20 years later. And so they have it here, 1999, Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and then you've got the Philadelphia Mint Proof right there. It wasn't in the Proof set, wasn't in the Mint sets. Some of the single most difficult coins to get of the last 50 years. As a matter of fact, this coin right here, nationally advertised catalog, $100.
You know what? You're right. Pat and I looked that up. We saw that before the show.
Saw that before the show.
We did. We looked at
$100
for that one coin,
and these
my
coins
friends.
right here are $35 a piece. That's $170.
Holy cow.
So that's the entire set.
And
now
then the colorized, right?
Well, here's the thing. As nature abhors a vacuum, so do I. So I'm not going to send out a set that's got a hole, that's got an empty space in it. So we took a Susan B. Anthony dollar, we colorized
is that what you did?
Yeah, that's right. Because I just couldn't do that.
Hilarious. That's
yeah,
so
that would just make me crazy. I couldn't even sleep at night if I sent out sets that you couldn't fill up with something.
Yes.
And so we did the colorized, and then we actually that's retailed for $19.95 all day long. So coin by coin, just for the coins, we're over $400.
No
We're over
kidding.
$400. Now,
well, I believe
that
it,
does
like I
not
said.
count what we call,
Beautiful
this
case.
is a steel case. You know what we call it that? Made out of steel. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, and I know that for a fact because I've watched the delivery trucks actually run over these packages and they're still okay. And so that's the way they come to you, each one in its own individual airtight holder.
Look at that.
And as you look at this, you know, when you see the 16 airtight holders, I mean, that's like 15 bucks right there. The box is like $30 or $40. You're basically $100 for all the coins that are $400.
That's amazing.
Here's the interesting part of these. So when we talk about this, San Francisco minted coins, almost without exception, are all proof coins since 1968. They don't make uncirculated coins at the San Francisco Mint.
Okay.
There are 3 exceptions in this set. These are San Francisco Mint uncirculated coins. They were trying to do anything to get these coins out into circulation. So that's why we have Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, San Francisco uncirculated, San Francisco Proof. So it's PDSS, PDSS, PDSS. It's the only modern issue set that has anything
all the mix of all the
even
mints.
close to that in the uncirculated version of that. And so as you get down, these all average about $15 to $20 on a per coin basis. Keep in mind that our pricing, they're basically paying 10 bucks a coin.
Seriously.
You know, is really what it comes down to.
And honestly,
it's
my
less
producer
than
and I,
half price.
we looked it up before. Pat had it, and we were like, holy cow. It's like
$100 coin right there.
$100 coin for just one of the coins.
Because it wasn't in the proof set. So at the time, the only place they really sold it was in like the gift shops at the Mint. They come in a little plastic box, just by themselves. They're almost impossible. It is by far and away the limiting factor of how many of these I get to be able to sell. So I was able to bring in about 200 of these. They generally speaking sell out or come close to sell out. It's a customer pick. Like I said, $400 coin by coin value, but it's the complete collection, including the colorized coin that you have right there. With one single phone call, you get every single, they're all brilliant uncirculated and brilliant proof as well.
In the beautiful steel velvet case as well. Packaging, which is amazing. And then I just to know the value ahead of time if you are that person. And look, in this day and age, I think we're even more.
We're all that people.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You know?
We're very aware of where we're spending our money, right?
That's right, and what we're paying for stuff.
What we're paying,
And so if you can get it for half price, Why wouldn't you?
Right.
Is ultimately what it comes down to.
Which is way less than that, actually, as you said, continuing, when you're.
Well, if you count this in, if you count this in and count in the box, you count well less than half price from retails out there. It is absolutely complete. So that's the other thing. In the coin, I always talk about, and we continue that theme of coins are really hard to get. Okay, I mean, there's just more coin collectors. There's less coins. These have been sold out for, almost 50 years now. So, I mean, they've been sold out. They're not making anymore. We have more and more and more collectors and less and less and less coins that people are willing to do. And so because of that, it becomes harder and harder for collectors to particularly get vintage coins like this. And so, in the next hour, I have a little special, vintage obsolete coin set. And we're going to spend 3 or 4 minutes on it because I just can't get any of them. I got just enough for, 50 or 60 of them. That's about all that we have. And so this coin is emblematic of that. It's every single one of the Susan B. Anthony dollars. This incredible history, United States history, from a numismatic perspective, and from a regular, it's the very first woman that ever appeared on an American circulating coin. Now understand, in this, none of these circulated.